Good morning again, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed playing the directions game last lesson and taking a break from the worksheets. This lesson, again, is going to be a little different from our usual format. We're going to start with a guided practice, which is technically from last lesson. Then we'll run through a couple of mind workouts. The next session, you'll have a go at a sort of review. Okay, moving on then. Today, we're going to be continuing to describe turns, this time about multi-link cubes. Now, I realise most of you won't have multi-link at home, so I would suggest using a pencil or pen, or something similar where you can tell which direction the object is pointing in. The other thing you may want to do to help you is draw out a cross on a piece of paper and place your object on that, either your pen or your pencil or your multi-link cube if you've got one. Then it'll be easy to tell how many right angle or quarter turns your object makes. So, the guided practice asks, how many right angle turns does each cube make and in what direction? Now remember, as so-and-so down in the corner is pointing out, there will be more than one way of describing the turn for each of these cubes. Okay, with your parents, pets and partners, have a go now. I'll see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, welcome back. So, A then. How far and in which direction was the multi-link cube turned or rotated? Indeed, Charlie, good vocab there. Abby, what do you think? Okay, Abby says the cube has made 3 right angle turns, or 1 quarter turn clockwise. Oh, sorry. Abby says the cube has made 3 right angle turns, or 3 quarter turns clockwise. Is she right? Yes. But is there another way to do it? Yes. Theo's going to tell us. Go on then, Theo. Spot on. Not fazed by the pressure there. We could also say that the cube has made 1 right angle or quarter turn anti-clockwise. Excellent. So, B then. Skylar, can you tell me both ways? Perfect, Skylar. The cube has made 2 right angle turns or a half turn, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. With a half turn, it doesn't make a difference which direction it turns. It will always end up facing the opposite way to where it started. Now, C is a little trickier because it doesn't start exactly on the lines of a cross. But if you tilt your head slightly, imagine that it's facing up. You should be able to see that it's making 1 right angle or quarter turn clockwise. Okay, now the first mind workout I want you to have a go at today is about acute angles. There is a figure to look at, and you'll find a blown up one, made bigger, not exploded, on today's worksheets. I want you to try and find all of the acute angles in the figure. Sam's tip is quite important to note here. There are more than 3 acute angles to be found. Good luck, off you go. So, I imagine most of you will have started by finding these 3 angles that I've marked out on this slide. They're probably the easiest to spot. That's what I found first anyway. Next, we've got the acute angle made between the 2 outermost lines in the figure, which I've highlighted in blue there for you. Then there's the acute angle I've highlighted here, between the top line and the bottom middle line. And finally, the acute angle between the bottom line and the top middle line. Well done if you managed to find all 6 acute angles there. And finally, this mind workout tests your right angle knowledge. In this figure, which is made up of squares, how many right angles can you find? Again, there's a blown up version of this figure on your worksheets for today. Off you go. Okay, now I'm not going to talk you through each of the individual angles, but perhaps you could pause the video here to have a check what you've got against the ones that I found. You could have found 36 right angles altogether. The figure has 4 squares and 4 hexagons. The hexagons have 5 right angles each, and the squares have 4 each. So that's 5 times 4, which is 20, and 4 times 4, which is 16. Added together, that gives the total of 36 right angles. If you found all of those, give yourselves a massive pat on the back. That's super difficult today, but a nice challenge and something slightly different from our usual worksheets. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will see you next time.